Stop. Don't move. In a muddy field in Arkansas, one man, one rock, one moment that changed his life. He bends down, wipes the dirt, and what he thinks is a chunk of brown glass turns out to be a 9.07 carat diamond. That is $150,000, found by Kevin Kennard in 2020, for the price of a $10 ticket and a little sweat. Here's what most people miss. You do not need luck. You need the right tests. The greasy luster test is free and needs no tools. The thermal conductivity test uses only your breath. And if you want to get serious, a $12 ultraviolet flashlight from any hardware store can reveal what 70% of hunters walk right past. By the end, you will know how to spot a real diamond in the field, confirm it with 2 dead simple tests, and avoid the one mistake that sends most people home empty-handed. But here's the catch. The ODDS are brutal. Most walk away with nothing. Yet every year someone finds a stone worth more than their car. That could be you, if you know what to look for and when to look. Ready to see what people actually find at the only public diamond mine on Earth? Let's set the record straight. Crater of Diamonds. State Park isn't a tourist trap. It's a 37-acre plowed field sitting on top of a volcanic pipe that formed 95 million years ago. That pipe is lamproite, not kimberlite, but it came from the same kind of deep earth eruption that built the diamond fields of South Africa and Russia. I've seen Antwerp traders pay 6 figures for stones from this very ground. The difference is simple. Here, you pay $10, dig with your own hands, and whatever you find is yours. No brokers, no middlemen, so no velvet ropes. Just you, the dirt, and the possibility of a life-changing stone. I've walked the field myself. The air smells of wet clay and sun-baked grass. The ground is rough and uneven, and after a good rain, it glistens with promise. But don't expect a glittering carpet of gems. Diamonds here hide in plain sight, rounded, greasy, yellow, brown, or white. They look like nothing special. That's the point. The real skill is knowing what to ignore. Let's talk geology, but keep it short. The Prairie Creek Pipe erupted 95 million years ago, punching through the crust and bringing diamonds up from 150 kilometers down. Lamproite, not kimberlite, is rarer, but it is just as capable of carrying diamonds. The same process created the Kimberley mines in South Africa, the Mere in Russia, and the Argyle in Australia. But erosion did the hard work for you. Millions of years of rain and wind have concentrated the heavy material, diamonds, garnet, and barite, right in the topsoil. No dynamite or deep shafts are needed. Just a shovel, a bucket, and a little patience. The field is plowed several times a year. Each pass brings new material to the surface. After a heavy rain, the lighter soil washes away, and the heavy stones, diamonds included, settle on top. That is when you want to be here. Early morning, boots caked in mud, eyes scanning for that telltale luster. So how do you actually search? 3 ways, each with its own rhythm. First, the surface search. No tools, just your eyes and a little luck. Walk the rows after a rainstorm. The best time is 2 to 3 days after a downpour, when the sun dries the mud and the diamonds, heavier than most rocks, sit exposed. I have seen first-timers spot a stone in the first hour, and veterans go weeks without a single find. The trick? Do not look for sparkle. Look for a rounded pebble with a greasy, almost metallic sheen. Most are white, brown, or yellow. If it looks too pretty, it is probably quartz. Second, wet sifting. This is where the real work happens. You dig a bucket of dirt, ideally from a low spot or a freshly plowed row, haul it to the wash station, and start the process. 2 screens, a coarse one on top, a fine one below. Submerge them, shake them, and let the water do the work. The mud washes away, the heavy gravel stays. Then you flip the concentrate onto a table and start picking through, piece by piece. Diamonds tend to settle in the center of the screen, so focus there. The park rents screens in buckets, but if you're serious, bring your own. A decent set costs $20 to $30 online or at a hardware store. Third, dry sifting. When the weather is hot and the ground is powdery, use a small mesh screen to sift the dry soil. Shake, tap, and check the gravel for that greasy luster. It is slower, dustier, and less forgiving, but some of the biggest finds have come from dry sifting in late summer. Now, what does a diamond actually look like in this field? Forget everything you have seen in jewelry stores. These stones are small. The average find is 0.2 to 0.25 carats, about the size of a match head. They are rounded, not sharp. The surface is smooth, sometimes pitted, with a luster that is more waxy than glassy. Most are white at 62%, brown at 20%, or yellow at 17%. You can see into them, but not through them. They do not sparkle. They do not catch the light like cut stones. That is why most people walk right past them. Here is the one mistake that sends most people home empty-handed. They are looking for brilliance, not luster. Diamonds in the rough are subtle. They repel dirt and water. Mud slides right off. If you find a stone that looks greasy, feels heavy for its size, and does not stick to your fingers, you might have something. Let us get specific. You want to know if you have found the real thing? Start with the greasy luster test. Rinse the stone, hold it in the sun, and look for that oily sheen. If it looks like new steel or lead, not glass, you are on the right track. Next, the thermal conductivity test. Hold the stone, breathe on it, and watch the fog. A real diamond clears in 1 to 2 seconds. Glass or quartz. The fog lingers. No tools needed, just your breath and a steady hand. Want to go deeper? Bring a $12 ultraviolet flashlight. Long wave, not short wave. About 30% of diamonds from this field fluoresce blue under ultraviolet light. In a dark spot, shine the light. If it glows blue, you have a strong candidate. But do not panic if it does not. Most diamonds do not fluoresce, and some fakes do. For the skeptics, try the specific gravity test. You will need a $15 pocket scale and a small container of water. First, weigh the stone dry, then weigh the stone while it is suspended in water. Divide the dry weight by the difference. If you get close to 3.52, you are in diamond territory. Anything much lower, toss it back. If you are still not sure, the park's Diamond Discovery Center will identify and certify your find for free. No appointment, no charge. I have seen Antwerp buyers trust their verdict. Let's talk numbers. Since 1972, over 75,000 diamonds have been found here, officially registered, with names, dates, and weights. The real number is probably higher. On a typical day, 1 or 2 diamonds are found by all visitors combined. That's 400 to 800 a year, depending on the weather and the crowds. The average size is under half a carat. Most are worth a few $100s at best. But every so often, someone hits the jackpot. Take Kevin Kennard, September 7th, 2020. He's out with friends, sifting through the mud, when he spots a brown, rounded stone. He thinks it's glass, pockets it, and keeps searching. Hours later, the staff at the Discovery Center tell him it's a 9.07 carat diamond, the second largest found since the park opened. Estimated value, $150,000, maybe more. He names it the Kennard Friendship Diamond. Or Bobby Oscarson, June 24th, 2015. She finds an 8.52 carat white diamond, later cut to 4.6 carats and appraised at up to $1 million. She names it Esperanza, after her niece. The cutting is done live, in front of a crowd. But the king of them all is the Uncle Sam diamond. August 1924. Before the park was even a park, Wesley Ole Basham, known as Uncle Sam, finds a 40.23 carat stone, the largest ever found in the United States. It was sold for $150,000 in 1971, and it is now part of the Smithsonian collection. And then there is the Strawn Wagner diamond. October 4th, 1990. Shirley Strawn, a local, finds a 3.03 carat white diamond. It is cut to 1.09 carats and graded perfect, D-color, flawless, ideal, cut by the American Gem Society. The only diamond from this field to earn that title. The state of Arkansas buys it for $34,700, and it is now on display at the park. But let's be honest, for every Kennard or Oscarson, there are thousands who leave with nothing but mud on their boots and a story to tell. The odds are about 1 in 132 visitors finds a diamond. Most go home empty-handed. The field is big, the stones are small, and the competition is fierce. I have seen seasoned prospectors spend weeks without a single find. The average visitor finds nothing. That's the truth. But if you are patient, methodical, and a little bit lucky, you might just beat the ODDS. Here's what separates the winners from the wishful thinkers. Timing and technique. The best days are after a heavy rain, when the field has just been plowed. Early morning, before the crowds trample the ground. Focus on low spots where water collects, or the edges of fresh furrows. Do not waste time on dry, hard-packed soil. And do not chase sparkle, chase luster. If you want more locations like this, exact coordinates, field guides, stones most people overlook, subscribe now. I have spent years in Antwerp, trading stones worth more than most houses, but the real thrill is in the dirt, where anyone can strike gold or diamond with the right knowledge. I will show you where to look, what to bring, and how to test your finds, from Arkansas to the Congo. Now let's get practical. Here is your field kit. From your local hardware store, pick up a small shovel or trowel for $10 to $15, a bucket for about $5, and a magnifying glass for around $8. Online, grab a set of sifting screens for $20 to $30, though you can also rent these at the park. You will also want an ultraviolet flashlight for about $12, a pocket digital scale for around $15, a water bottle for rinsing and for the specific gravity test, and a pair of tweezers. Wear old clothes and rubber boots. The mud is relentless. Bring gloves if you value your hands. And do not forget sunscreen. The Arkansas sun is unforgiving. Start with surface searching after a rain. If you are serious, move to wet sifting at the wash stations. Dry sifting is for the patient and the desperate. Always check your finds with the greasy luster test and the fog test. If you are in doubt, use the ultraviolet light and the scale. And when in doubt, ask the staff. They have seen every trick in the book. Here is a story that still gives me chills. March 11th, 2017. Callow Langford, a 14-year-old from Centerton, Arkansas, is walking the field with his dad. He spots a dark brown stone, smooth and heavy, near a stream. He brings it to the Discovery Center. It is a 7.44 carat diamond, the largest brown diamond found in nearly 40 years. He names it Superman's Diamond, after his own name. His hands shake as he holds it. His dad cannot believe it. That is the magic of this place. One moment you are just another visitor. The next, you are holding a piece of the earth that is older than the dinosaurs, worth more than your first car. Here is what you need to remember. The crater of diamonds is not a sure thing. It is a test of patience, skill, and a little luck. Most will leave with nothing but dirt under their nails. But if you know what to look for, the greasy luster, the cold touch, the weight in your palm, you might just walk away with a story worth telling. And if you're very lucky, a stone worth a trip to Arkansas.